Shot.
Yeah.
How are the Ellises today?
Good.
We're doing fine. How are you doing?
Just fine. Before we get started, I got a completely unrelated question. Are you or any of your kids still involved in tennis and that type of stuff?
Yes.
A few tennis, softball, baseball.
Yeah.
They didn't all stay on.
Because we'd kind of like to put together a citizen group with tennis and pickleball players to talk about some activities for this summer. Anybody in your clan that you think would be interested in participating on that with us for a little bit?
I think we lost him.
I think we did too. Bob, if you can hear me, I think we've lost you. You seem to be frozen in time.
Max has got a new background.
How's the new office working out, Mr. Pierce?
It's better. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting everything situated, and that's a pain, but no, it's good.
Well, as soon as the Ellises can get back, we will start our meeting. So are you on the main floor, Max, or are you on upper floors?
Main floor. Yeah, we're in the northwest corner of the building.
So you park on the west side of the building?
Yeah, there's not a lot of parking on the west side, but that's where I've been parking lately. Probably easier to just park right in the very back of the building, though. Come in on the east side of the building and go in the back.
Is there a door on the north side of that building?
Yeah. Yeah, and if you come in that north door, then you just literally, as soon as you come through the door, you just turn right and our office is right there.
Any sign of the Ellises yet, Ryan?
Nope.
I guess I scared them when I asked for their tennis help.
Hey, Rob and Max, while you're on here, I forgot to let you guys know, I sent in our 80th percentile number to the state.
What number
Logan
did you
City.
use?
So Logan City kind of came up with one that the rest of us are going to use here in the county. So it's 0.47 is what we all decided on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. I'd heard that discussion in the last, well, I don't know if it was the last Stormwater Coalition meeting, but yeah, I thought there was a little bit of debate on where it was going to go, but I just wondered if it was what they decided on. So
Yeah, because they were going to round it up to 5, but I think they just decided to do the 0.47.
okay, awesome. So we're doing some SWIP inspection for a project down in Sigurd that it's a solar project, and it's about 750 acres, and it's been pretty interesting to see. You know, it's quite a bit different down there as far as the runoff and erosion and that kind of stuff. So it's been interesting to do one down there, actually.
So what all do they make you do more down there? That's a big project. That's a lot of acres.
Yeah, it's pretty big. No, it's not so much more. It's just that it's kind of interesting because, you know, I'm from down in Price, and it's like I was telling the one job superintendent down there that erosion in that area is dramatically different than erosion here in the Cache Valley. I mean, you can't help but get erosion down there. I mean, when you get a small rainstorm, the rivers just get muddy and they just turn red from the sediment and stuff. And, you know, here the Logan River is rarely ever very muddy. And even at its muddiest, it's not muddy like it is down there. So it's all relative is what it boils down to, is you'd get a lot more erosion down there than you do up here. And
Yeah.
there's not much.
Do they have a lot of flash floods down there?
Yeah. Yep.
So that definitely would do it.
Yeah, so it's been kind of interesting, but no, they do have some areas some large drainages that come through that solar farm that is going to be kind of interesting to see when they get it all finished and they pull their BMPs, their construction BMPs. It'll be interesting to see how their long-term BMPs hold up because, you know, the guys that designed them, they're out of down kind of by Phoenix somewhere. And so they ought to understand, you know, that kind of flooding and everything. But it is interesting what they did. Some of the channels, they just hard lined them with riprap. I mean, the riprap's almost 2 feet deep in some places. And then others, they just use little straw wattles. And I don't understand how they went so kind of almost overboard in one area. In another area, they didn't do hardly anything. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
What do you think? I haven't fully seen riprap. I've heard about it because that's what I think Stan should have done up on Little Baldy.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Hydroseeded and then riprap, and then it's considered stable.
Yeah, if he'd have put some riprap in there, and they did a little. I mean, kind of they did in some of those park strips, but yeah, along there were Spalding's places. They definitely should have done some. They should have done some hard armored riprap channel, and then even with that, they probably should have put some rock check dams and stuff in that would have helped with the erosion too. So at least to slow the velocity of the water down a little bit. So
it'll be interesting to see what it's like once those homes up there are built and they start doing their landscaping.
yeah.
Diane is calling the Ellises to see if we can figure out how to get them back with us.
Okay.
You around tomorrow, Max? You want to try to schedule 1 or 2 of those construction plan reviews for tomorrow?
Yeah, let's do it. I don't want to schedule. No, you chewed me out for scheduling things on Friday.
Yeah. Well, if I'm the one that asks, then it's probably okay.
Okay, all right, good enough.
And it probably, in a perfect world, should be somewhere between 9 a.m. and noon and done.
Yeah, I've got one appointment tomorrow at 2 o'clock, but other than that, I'm open. So
We'll see what we got and see if we can knock one out or 2.
I'm just looking. I actually may have lied to you. Hold on just a second here. They've got the tentative thing. What the heck is this? That's something they've invited me to on Salt Lake. So actually, it looks like if you want to do it in the morning, Rob, probably 9 would be better for me, 9 o'clock. That work for you?
Okay. Yeah, I'll just give you a call tomorrow about that time and see if it makes sense to still bounce over there and look one over.
Okay. Did you get any answer on the hard copies for Shoreline?
She probably just barely notified them, and I think they did get back to her and asked her how many exactly we wanted, and I told them 1 would be fine for this re-review. Hopefully we won't have a lot of wasted paper.
Yep.
like the Ellises are trying to get back on, Scarlett. They popped up, then they dropped off, so looks like they're trying.
Okay, well, we'll just wait until they can get here.
They're trying, they keep trying. It says their internet's not working for them. So they're going to try some of the numbers and call in, and we can hear them, but we just won't be able to see them. So they're trying a couple different things. I told them to call me back here if they just can't connect. We'll have to do something else.
You could put your phone on speaker for them, Diane, if they.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Welcome
Oh.
back.
We had a little something go wrong here. We lost our internet service for a few minutes or something, or Wi-Fi, who knows?
Well, I'm glad you're back. Um,
Okay. Sorry about
Anyway, I thought I scared you away with my tennis pickleball question.
that. You know, I didn't hear it. What was your pickleball question?
My question was, where we'd like to put a group of a few citizens together to help us kind of plan some tennis and pickleball activities, a better way to do our classes, a few things like that with our recreation program. And I was just wondering if there was anybody in your clan that would be willing to be part of that citizen group for a meeting or two.
Mary would probably be a good one.
Yeah, I think we could probably find somebody. Yeah.
Okay. All right. When we
Yeah.
kind of get a date or a tentative, I'll get with one or the other of you and we'll see who can come and visit with us and give us some
Okay.
ideas. Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
All right. Ryan, are you ready to go on the recording?
I'm good. It's recording and live streaming, so we're good.
Okay. Welcome to the Providence City Administrative Land Use Authority. Today is January 28th. We are having this meeting on Zoom, and it is also streaming live on YouTube. People can comment using the Providence City, Utah Gmail, and they can also comment using the chat. I don't have any comments from the Gmail account. Ryan, have you seen anything come through on any of the chats or anything?
I have not seen anything on the chats or anything else, so nope.
Okay. Members present today, I'm Scarlett Bankhead. I'm the Administrative Services Director. We have Mix Pierce, our City Engineer, and we have Rob Stapley, our Public Works Director. We're the three board members, and then we also have our City Manager, Ryan Snow, who is hosting and operating the meeting for us. We have Diane Campbell, who works with land use, and April Fredrickson, who does zoning and stormwater. So, and we welcome the Ellises. And did you get an email with we have one item on our agenda. It is a conditional use. It's a remodel. We're considering approval of a request by Robert and Deborah Ellis for a home remodel located at 272 South Sherwood Drive. Debbie and Bob, did you get a copy of the packet? Have you seen the staff report?
Yes.
Okay. We'll have Diane review that, and then if you have any questions, we can chat about them for a minute. So Diane, if you want to take a minute and review that staff report.
Okay. This application was brought in January 11th. That Rob Stapley inspected the infrastructure on January 12th, and Aaron Walker reviewed and spoke with Mr. Ellis. Actually, he emailed back and forth with Mr. Ellis, and that letter from Aaron was emailed to me on January 21st. Under findings of fact, we look at Utah Code 109507, conditional uses. which allows the city to adopt land use ordinance. The Cache County GIS parcel summary shows that this area may require further analysis. We look at Providence City Code 10.5 sensitive areas. And we also look at Providence City Code 10.3.5 conditional use permits, which allows the city to impose reasonable conditions and to mitigate anticipated detrimental effects. The conclusions of law, the Providence City adopted land use ordinances that include conditional uses. The Cache County GIS parcel summary indicates this parcel is in a wildfire hazard area. The Providence City has the authority to impose reasonable conditions to mitigate the detrimental effects of the proposed use. And the request meets the requirements of the codes and findings of fact with the following conditions. The applicant will continue to meet all relevant federal, state, county, and Providence City rules, laws, codes, and ordinances. The applicant will mitigate the fire hazard by the conditions that are on the letter from Aaron Walker. The conditional uses for the, I forgot to change that. It's not for a basement finish. I will change that. It's for a remodel shown on the site plan, date stamped January 11th. And the approval by the city of any application or paperwork submitted does not alleviate the owners and or their agents from their responsibility to understand and conform to the local laws. Providence City approval is not intended to and cannot be construed to allow any laws to be violated.
Thanks, Diane. Bob or Debbie, do you have any questions on that report?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Really quickly, just for the record, from Aaron's letter, he's approved the access to your home. It was already existing and it's an approved access. Fire hydrant 437 is within 600 feet. Excuse me, that's approved. The fire flow, there are several hydrants within 600 feet of the existing home with over 2,000 gallons per minute at 20 PSI. There is adequate fire flow water for this size of construction. And then in the urban wildland interface, the roof covering that you're going to use on the addition, the underfloor decks and eaves, closing them with soffits and putting mesh on the vents are all approved methods for that area. And I know it seems strange that we are doing wildland fire in an approved subdivision area, but I don't know how the state decides where wildland fire is and where it isn't. But I do know from some of the wildfires that have happened throughout the state that they can hit in residential areas. So we feel like when it pops up on the county's parcel summary for sensitive areas, that we do have to follow the procedure and make sure that the homeowners are aware of where their house is situated. So Max or Rob, do you have any questions on anything as far as the conditions or the zoning?
I do not.
Not necessarily on that, but I am a little bit confused on let me get back to this exhibit here. It is the one that shows, it says 5-foot addition to fit under existing roof plane to replace east porch. I'm having and I didn't get up to take a look at it, but is there not a garage on the east side of the house? I couldn't tell if there was a garage there or not.
Okay, so what there is there's a garage in the basement on the east side. And so we're going to extend that east side out about 5 feet. So the garage will become 5 feet deeper longer to the east side. And then there'll be one level of finishings above that 5 feet also.
Okay.
There's a deck there now, but the deck will come off on the east side and then the house will go out where the deck was.
Okay. Okay, so you come up the driveway and then you turn and go into the garage at a 90 degree.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Okay.
That makes sense. I was going to have you
Yeah.
explain that because I've been
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
at that too, and I kept thinking, how is that working?
So
So-
Yeah,
basically,
garage has always been in our basement.
yeah, so the garage gets 5 feet bigger and the kitchen gets 5 feet bigger, basically, above the garage.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anything else, Max?
No,
Ryan or April, is there anything that either of you would like to comment on?
I don't have anything.
well,
I don't-
maybe I want to clarify one more thing, Scarlett, if that's okay. And that is the dimension there that you show on the plan is 32 feet from the house to the property line there, where the garage is at. Is that 32 feet from the roof? In other words, that'll be from the expansion, 32 feet to the property. Is that true, or?
That's true. Actually, we were looking at the plan a little bit this morning, and we own about 5 or 10 feet beyond our retaining wall on that east side. So it's probably going to be more than that. Yeah. But from the retaining wall, it's 32 feet.
Well, this shows it to the property line, not to the retaining wall, the dimension that's shown on the site or the plan that I'm looking at anyways. So,
But when I measured to the retaining wall. So,
oh, I got you. Got you.
Yeah.
So you're saying that it's the edge of the new addition is going to be a little bit further than 32 feet
to the
from
property
your
line.
property line.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay,
It kind of goes on an angle, but at one point, it's probably more like 40 or 40 feet or so or more.
okay.
Yeah.
Anything else, Max?
Nope, that's all.
Ryan, anything that you want to comment on?
Nope, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. That being said, Bob or Debbie, do you have any additional comments or questions?
I don't think so. I think there's also a little addition on the house on the north side where we have a covered deck there now. We're going to extend the room out,
Porch, really.
a porch. We're going to extend that room out underneath that covered porch.
And that's shown as well, right?
That's shown as well on
Mhm.
the plan. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's on the kind of the northeast corner of the home. Is that right?
Correct.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. With that being said, I would entertain a motion to approve the request for a conditional use for a remodel for a home located at 272 South Sherwood Drive, based on the findings of fact, the conclusions of law, and the conditions listed and reviewed, listed on the staff report and reviewed during the meeting. Could I get some motion by
second.
Max Pierce? I'm sorry, Rob, can you say that again?
I'll second it.
Motion by Max Pierce, second by Rob Stapley. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Voting is unanimous. So thank you very much for your time, Bob and Debbie. How soon do you think you'll be able to have your new kitchen or your additional kitchen?
Yeah.
Well, we have no idea.
Okay,
You know how it is.
yeah,
We do have someone lined up to start on it pretty soon, so hopefully we'll get going on it.
well,
We
that's
might
great.
wait till the weather gets a little bit better. So
Okay. I do not have any other business on the agenda. Is there anything that anyone feels like we need to bring up that needs to be on a future agenda?
Nothing for
Hearing
me.
no comment, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion by Rob Stapley, second by Max Pierce. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Voting was unanimous. Thank you again to everyone, staff,